and legitimate foreign policies to move the hearts of others and generate sympathy and trust. According to Professor Nye, soft power is grounded in three main resources: attractive culture, political values that are genuinely realized, and foreign policies that are perceived as legitimate. However, Professor Nye's definition reflects the perspective of a superpower like the United States. For a nation aiming at shaping the global order, soft power may mainly mean the ability to persuade other countries to voluntarily support its own agenda and policies. However, I believe that for middle powers such as Korea, the concept of soft power must be defined somewhat differently. For middle powers, soft power is rather about forming trust through attraction and people-to-people exchanges, encouraging diversified cooperation, contributing to the international community, and thereby naturally expanding the circle of friendly nations.
Okay, excuse me, Your Excellencies. I think that the slide is not moving. Maybe would you please share it again? That the slide is still in the first cover page.
Oh, really? It's not
Sorry
moving?
to disturb you. It's not moving. Would you please press share the slides and okay, I think it's moving a bit. It's a bit delayed. Sorry to disturb you.
Is it
okay.
moving?
Yes, it's moving now.
Okay, I think it's better way. It's better this way. Getting back to my speech, I believe this notion of good, in Korea, there is an expression, good influence. Refers to the ability to inspire positive change in others, not by force, but through values, trust, and setting an example. I believe this notion of good influence captures the essence of soft power for middle powers. If a middle power were to focus solely on securing support for its foreign policies in an unilateral matter, it would risk being criticized as propaganda driven by narrow self-interest. I believe this point applies to Thailand as well, which also shares the characteristics of a middle power as one of the leaders in ASEAN. For this reason, Korea and Thailand must work together to explore how middle powers can exercise soft power creatively and responsibly. Next, I'd like to speak about Korea's soft power resources. Earlier this year, Brand Finance of the United Kingdom announced that Korea ranked 12th among 193 UN member states in the Global Soft Power Index, rising from 15th place the previous year. This index evaluates familiarity, reputation, and influence, and the index measures performance across 7 dimensions: economy, governance, international relations, culture and heritage, media, science and technology, and people and values. Korea has been highly rated in recent years thanks in large part to the global spread of K-culture. Today, the K-culture did not come overnight. It was the result of long-term efforts marked by 3 significant turning points. The first came in 1986 with the worldwide round negotiations, which opened Korea's cultural market. Though controversial at the time, this ultimately strengthened the competitiveness of Korea's film industry. The second turning point was the late 1990s opening to Japanese popular culture. This decision forced the Korean content industries to become trendier and more creative. The third turning point was China's restrictions on Hallyu in 2016, the so-called Korean wave ban, which ironically served as a catalyst for the spread of Korean content far beyond Asia to the wider world. The common thread in these turning points was openness, autonomy, and innovation. Throughout this journey, the Korean government maintained a simple but important principle: support but do not interfere, fostering an environment where creativity could flourish. This enabled Korea's cultural industry to grow on their own and eventually to achieve global success. But Korea's soft power resources are not limited to culture. Korea achieved the economic revival known as the miracle on the Han River after the devastation of colonial rule and war. Korea has also transformed from a recipient of aid to a donor country, supporting other nations through KOICA and various projects. In this way, Korea's development experience itself has become an asset of soft power, providing hope and inspiration for many developing countries. Korea's democracy is also a crucial resource of soft power. Though nation went through colonial rule, military governance, and authoritarianism, it achieved democratization through mass movement in the 1980s and 1990s. Over the past 2 decades, Korea has experienced alternations of power between conservative and progressive administrations based on the rule of law. Korea's mature and resilient democracy is seen abroad as a source of credibility and attraction. Furthermore, Korea has pursued digital innovation since the 2000s through building IT infrastructure and advancing e-government. In the 2024 UN E-Government Development Index, Korea ranked 4th worldwide. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Korea's effective response was highly recognized internationally, serving as a global example of how digital technologies and institutions can contribute to crisis management. Thailand too possesses abundant soft power resources. Although I have not been here long, I am impressed by its long and rich history, its splendid cultural heritage, its Buddhist traditions, its national pride untainted by colonial experience, and the warmth and openness of people. Together with its tasty cuisine, diverse tourism resources, and above all, the ever-present smile of the Thai people, we can see why Thailand is already regarded as a cultural powerhouse with a limitless potential to further expand its soft power. Next, I'd like to discuss the concept of nation branding. The scholar who first introduced this idea was Professor Simon Anholt of the United Kingdom. He defined a nation brand as the collective image of how a country is perceived around the world. In my own understanding, a nation brand is the way in which soft power is expressed outwardly, a framework through which soft power is communicated in an intuitive manner. Many countries have formed their nation brand either organically or through deliberate policies. Switzerland offers a prime example of the organic development of a nation brand. The label Swiss made was originally nothing more than a mark of origin for watches made in Switzerland. Yet thanks to the precision and quality of Swiss products, it ultimately came to embody the national image of Switzerland itself. Combined with Switzerland's reputation as a neutral and peaceful state, as well as the image of the Alps and traditional yodel songs, Swiss made has become a globally trusted nation brand of Switzerland. There are also examples where governments have taken the lead in shaping nation brands. The United Kingdom, despite already possessing immense soft power assets, attempted in the 1990s to launch a nation brand Cool Britannia. However, the word cool ironically evoked the coldness of Britain rather than cultural vibrancy, and the initiative fell short of expectations. This was later replaced with the Great Britain campaign, which has successfully served as a comprehensive nation brand encompassing tourism, trade, education, and culture. France too has constructed its nation brand by linking the tricolor flag and the figure of Marie Anne to the French Revolution's ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity. By contrast, slogans such as Malaysia Truly Asia or Incredible India are indeed catchy and memorable, but they have primarily remained as tourism campaigns rather than comprehensive expressions of national soft power. Korea has likewise pursued nation branding at the government level. Yet, in its early stages, these efforts were largely framed within the context of tourism promotion. Campaigns such as Dynamic Korea, Korea Sparkling, and Imagine Your Korea were designed for this purpose. However, these slogans were replaced too often, lacked continuity, and failed to fully capture Korea's soft power. In 2016, the government introduced the Creative Korea as an official nation brand, but it lost steam after the change of the government which launched it. Though what has proven most impactful was the organic emergence of the letter K. Today, K-pop, K-drama, K-beauty, and K-food are globally recognized and represent the quality of Korean products. In my view, Korea's soft power is being symbolized by the letter K for people around the world. Thailand, of course, has its own well-known slogan, Amazing Thailand. Yet, I would argue that, like the examples of Korea, Malaysia, and India, it is more of a tourism campaign than a fully fledged nation brand. With Thailand's abundant soft power resources, however, I sincerely believe that a more solid and comprehensive Thai nation brand will take shape in the years to come, whether through government leadership or organic development. Before closing the discussion of nation branding, I wish to offer a notion of caution. Nation branding must not become a mere instrument of cultural mercantilism. For middle powers, the ultimate goal of soft power should be to exert a positive influence on the world. Their nation branding should serve to support that goal. If a nation brand focuses narrowly on promoting commercial cultural products and services, and relies on the repetitive exposure of slogans to the media campaigns, such practices risk undermining the dignity of the nation and its soft power. Finally, I'd like to speak about the future cooperation between Korea and Thailand. As a middle power, Korea strives to maximize its soft power and exert good influence on the world. It is also working to shape a nation brand that embraces not only culture, but also democracy, an advanced economy, and innovation. To this end, Korea used to operate a Council on Nation Branding at the government level. Today, discussions on soft power continue through the public diplomacy